Quick economics on international competitiveness. The first thing we're going to do, guys, is to define what international competitiveness is. It's the ability for a nation to successfully compete overseas, and as a result, they can maintain and even exceed their living standards. Very important definition. So you must learn that definition. This is a table, and it was created in June 2023, and it shows the UK being 29th in international competitiveness. And we're going to get back to that. That seems to be quite low. Okay, that's where we are currently. So we shall talk about that later in the video. Now, there's two types of competitiveness which we should know. Mainly two types. And we're talking about price competitiveness and non-price competitiveness. Now, the countries that are known for price competitiveness are countries like India and China. They compete. They're very competitive. They're very competitive, I should say, on price. India and China are very competitive countries on price. So they are price competitive. Now, the other type of competitiveness is non-price competitiveness, such as countries like Japan and Germany. Think about Toyota, think about Mercedes. These are countries that have become competitive based on quality. Okay? So those are the two types on competitiveness that you should remember. I can hardly get the word out here. Okay, so let's carry on with this. How to measure competitiveness? How do we measure competitiveness? How do we determine whether a country is competitive or not? The most important factor is unit labor cost. This is such an important factor. If you're going to remember anything, guys, you must remember this one. Unit labor cost. The formula for unit labor cost is total labor cost divided by the output. Now, I've got a question for you. Very quick question. The question is explain two ways unit labor costs can increase for the UK. So think about two things that can cause the unit labor costs to go up for the UK. Okay. Another great way of measuring competitiveness, apart from unit labor cost, is to use the Global Competitive Index table. Now, essentially, this Global Competitive Index table has a number of factors, such as things like tax rates, labor flexibility, infrastructure, exchange rate innovation, ability to attract the best talent. They go around different countries and give points, and they have a weighting. They give points, and whoever scores the most points is at the top of the table. And in the June 2023, Denmark was considered as the most competitive because obviously they scored the most points over a range of a number of factors. Very important. So one way you can determine whether or not a country is competitive is the movement on the table. If they go up, then obviously they must be more competitive by the very nature of how it's gathered, how it's awarded, the points awarded. If you get more points, it shows that in certain areas you're becoming better. Maybe in your tax rates are better, maybe in innovation it's better. And so this is a great way of measuring competitiveness. And this is, for example, these are examples of tax competitive index rankings. The UK 28th, 28th. There was a time we had the best tax rates in Europe. So we have definitely fallen down. We've definitely fallen down. So this could be something where the UK could improve their competitiveness by improving corporation tax, by reducing corporation tax, possibly making themselves more competitive. And have a look at this one. This is quite interesting. Attracting the best talent. Switzerland, first position for 10 years in a row. That's incredible, guys. That's absolutely incredible. They're able to attract the best talent 10 years in a row. And that shows a lot of competitive. They're very competitive. For them to be able to attract the best talent, and the UK, for example, is 10th. US is third. So that 10 years in a row, that is absolutely amazing when you think about it. So this is one factor that they determine whether or not a country is competitive or not. Okay. Another way of measuring competitiveness is using relative export prices. For example, terms of trade. Terms of trade can be used. The formula is index of export prices over index of import prices. Any change, guys, can see an improvement or a reduction in international competitiveness. So any change in the relative export prices, okay, can show an improvement in competitiveness or maybe a reduction in competitiveness. So you need to look at the results using this particular formula. Now, I've got a couple of questions here for you to try. Okay, question. In June 2023, the Global Competitive Index table has seen the UK slump to 29th in the ranking. Evaluate policies the UK government can implement to increase competitiveness. 25 marks. Have a go at this, guys. This is a typical exam question. So have a go. Another exam question. Evaluate the view that the UK will always struggle to become among the top rankings in international competitiveness because of their unit labor costs. 25 marks. So have a go at both questions. Okay. Hopefully this has been useful for you. Please smash the like button and subscribe. And I should do a few more videos. Thank you, guys. Bye.